When I told you guys how Elon Musk is sending Starlinks into space, it's not just for the internet for the Earth, but it's internet for the space as well. Why do you think Elon Musk has an interplanetary starship? Why do you think Dogelon Mars is a interplanetary token? Now, as you see here, this was a post in 2021. New SpaceX Starlink covers shows transfer orbit from Earth to Mars. So a lot of people was getting it mixed up that it's just satellites that's orbiting around Earth, but actually it's orbiting from Earth to Mars. So we can have internet, family. 2030 is when we will be living on Mars. Not all of us, but there are going to be say what 3%, 5% of the people, wealthy people, they are going to move to Mars. And the token is going to be Dogelon Mars. Now, we'll go right here to show you guys this. SpaceX sends more Starlink satellites to orbit for Florida's only launch this week. And that was on March 29th. But now we have another launch coming up for Friday for the next Florida launch for SpaceX. Now, SpaceX is also launching from the Space Force station in Florida. Why will we have a Space Force? Why will we have an interplanetary token called Dogelon Mars? All right. Now, this is what they're saying right here with Elon Musk. Like, most people forgot that Dogelon Mars is also a loan currency. That was already stated out, what, 2 years ago? Elon Musk expects SpaceX ticket to Mars will cost $500,000, but the return ticket is free. Now, the reason why he's saying that the ticket will cost this much because he already know the inflation. People are not going to be able to afford those tickets. So if people was bright enough to understand and see that these tokens that's on Earth that you can go ahead and purchase and just hold, you will be able to go up to Mars. Now I'm gonna play that little clip by Big Boy. He was talking about Dogelon Mars as well. He said in a tweet on Sunday, Musk said he's confident that moving to Mars will one day cost less than 500,000, though that price tag is very dependent on volume. Very dependent on volume, but I'm confident moving to Mars. Return ticket is free. Will one day cost less than 500,000 and maybe even below 100K. Low enough that most people in advanced economies could sell their home on Earth and move to Mars if they want. Now, as you see here, BitBoy, he's already talking about Dogelon. And he was talking about the top meme coins. But it was very, how he just pointed out to Dogelon, then Bone Shiba Swap, or Baby Doge. The main token he was talking about is Dogelon Mars.
Interesting about Dogelon Mars. Yeah. To find something interesting about Dogelon Mars.
As you see, he has over 1 million subscribers. A lot of people are watching this token. He was also saying that he will also grab some tokens. He's not going to let you know, but he just showed you that was the first token that he was looking at about Dogelon. Now, family, as you guys know, me and Silent Alonzo was talking about Dogelon for a while. Now it's getting traction by these big influencers. Now they're going to get their grasp and probably buy 1 trillion tokens, more than what we can afford at this time. But this is what they're doing. They're going to pump up Dogelon. That's what's going to happen. They know Dogelon is the interplanetary token that will send us average citizens to space. Now, what I mean by that for me personally, I'm talking about our portfolio, but I'm not moving to space. But as right now, as you see, we're down by 2.81%, sitting at 3408. Dogelon is on the move. Okay, we got 1.3 million people on the watch list, and again, Methuselah Foundation, 2030 making 90 the new 50. How are you guys going to forget what's going on? I've been seeing a lot of comments on under the videos talking about, like Kindly, she said, well, they're still selling, but they are putting the percentages into investing into the sponsor into longevity, family. That's what you got to really understand. This is for health. This is for space. Methuselah Foundation has been standing on its word ever since it came out, family. We cannot deny what's going on. And if you guys get a chance, go ahead and watch those spaces with Dan Gogol. They'll also tell you, man, family, we are on the mission. This is a mission token, and we will become self-made multi-millionaires. So once again, thank you guys for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel.
Announced that when Mr. Trump, whether you love him or hate him, this was the beginning of the greatest transformation of wealth the world has ever fucking seen since World War II. See, I know what he was going to do. I know what he's going to do now. And he hasn't even got started. Now, what are you going to tell your kids and your grandkids 25 years from now when they say, gee, Daddy, gee, Grandpa, what were you doing other than having your thumb up your big fucking ass during the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of the world? What were you fucking doing? Fuck all, nothing. That's what most of you will tell them, your grandchildren and your children. It's never going to get any better than this, kids. This is the, as I said on YouTube, the eye of the perfect motherfucking storm. This is it. I never thought I'd live to see it again. This is going to make the 80s look like a nursery rhyme, which I praise Allah, praise Buddha, praise God. I participated in slashing and raping everybody in the 80s, legally. This is going to make that look like a fucking nursery rhyme. And what are you going to tell your kids? Oh, I had to spreadsheet it. I had to think about it. I had to read another book on M&A, you fucking